Delivery and better value. Go to GuaranteedFoods.com.
All right, hanging out on this Thursday edition of The Zone. Coming up at 1 o'clock, we will play a little sports or leisure. Presented by Johnny's Tavern. $25 to Johnny's Tavern. We will be giving away in the 1 o'clock hour. If you get a sports and a leisure question right, you shall win. You shall not pass if you get either of them wrong. But that comes up in the 1 o'clock hour. 913-912-4810. I want to talk about the things that Andy Heck said. What the heck he was talking about with this Chiefs offensive line with Jawaan Taylor. Let's start there. Then we'll get into the tush push. He was asked about how difficult it is to sort of change up the things that you've done for a long time. He said, I imagine it's difficult. We're working, he's working. He's done it a certain way. What he talked about was interesting that I never thought about. He said, when you line up a certain way, there's an angle that you're looking at the defensive lineman. And now when you're lining up differently, that angle, even by a little bit, changes. And he's not comfortable in that sort of angle because the way he's lined up and immediately kick step, that it's different when you line up closer because there's going to be more of an immediate contact. I never thought about that aspect other than, dude, just line up a little bit closer. Right, but now there's not a comfort there because he's been lining up and looking at it a certain way for 5-6 years of his life, playing football at a high level, even at Florida. The penalties asked by Adam Teicher to Andy Heck was like, well, I'm not aware about the penalties in his career, but we saw it in training camp. To me, and he says, to me, it's tougher when you're that far back. We wanted him to move forward. You're giving space. I'd like him to be closer. It's easier to me as an offensive line coach when you're closer. That's really interesting for one of two things. One, it's what Andy Heck has been teaching, and they've been trying to teach us since training camp to avoid this whole thing. And two, it adds even more weight, to my opinion, in that Jawaan Taylor was taken out of the game against the Bears, not because they were starting to take offensive linemen out and his lip was bleeding or whatever, because at that point, whether he was being picked on or not, Andy Reid was frickin' done with it. Unless you fix it, stand over here with me. We talked all week about fix it. He's going to fix it. It's on us. He's got to fix it. Well, refs this, ref that. He's got to fix it. He's got to move closer. He's got to know where he's aligned. Jawaan Taylor, I'm working on it. I got to fix it. Goes out there, gets 2 illegal formation penalties. You're out of the game. You're not fixing it. We'll put in Prince while you're not fixing it. Andy Reid can be annoyed at the refs, which, understandably, you can be of two minds on that. We're annoyed at the refs. They're singling him out. Jawaan, they're singling you out. So frickin' fix it. And if you don't, we find somebody else. But to hear Andy Heck say, well, the penalties in the past or whatever, penalties with him, yeah, we saw it in training camp. And I think that goes along with what Andy Reid said when he was talking about against the Jags, or was it the Bears? No, it was the Jags, because he said after the game, well, this is the same crew we had in training camp because they threw the illegal formation and the false starts and a couple of holding penalties that were there because there was more of an emphasis, and I'm watching Jawaan Taylor. But he said, well, it's the same crew that we had in training camp. And now Andy Heck is saying, yeah, we saw this in training camp. So I think there's a frustration not only with the refs, but there's a frustration with what Jawaan Taylor is doing in his alignment and not what it seems like maybe taking to coaching of how Andy Heck would even like him to align and teaching a certain technique.
And it's kind of funny because, when we talked about the receivers earlier and, like, how long it takes to get to a point where you're not thinking about every stride you're taking and every yard mark you got to hit and all of that. Like, being able to stop thinking about the technique, I think, is probably pretty high on the list of priorities for young players, because then you can just, play and then be thinking about what the other team is doing and reading and reacting in real time. Jawaan Taylor hasn't been thinking about where to put his feet for his entire... When do you think the last time was that he was like, okay, I put my foot by the guard here, and then my other foot goes back here?
Do I need to lean a little bit forward so that my helmet looks like it's closer? Or
has he really thought about that since the sophomore year of college or something? I would really wonder that. How long has it been since that aspect of your technique was getting retooled with, until perhaps training camp? And even then, them saying they saw it in training camp and had the same refs in training camp, I certainly believe that they would have been like, okay, all right, maybe just a little further back than Donovan Smith sometimes. That's kind of where he lives. That's kind of where he sets up.
Yeah, but also the refs, he might need to move up. It's not something we really emphasize anyway. It's sort of what everybody does. But, it may be something that he might be called on it this year. That's
the next thing for me is, even if they saw it in camp, we talk all the time about how precise Andy Reid training camps are and how every rep is so important. There's no wasted time and all of that. I don't know how often they were trying to get him to change his alignment in training camp, because I don't think they thought it mattered. It hasn't mattered for the other 31 teams in the NFL. And real quick math, 63 tackles playing at any given time. Because that doesn't matter for Donovan Smith either. Right. There was the report from Charles Goldman that Kent Swanson mentioned earlier about and I think there's another level to it. I'm not sure I'm buying any full version of any of this truth. So I think it's a combination of some things. But what Charles had reported was that the Chiefs specifically wanted to put Prince in there to see if he was getting called in more or less the same alignment. Now, we were looking at a Prince alignment earlier, and he was not aligned as far back as Jawaan Taylor was.
Didn't look even close to where Jawaan Taylor was. It was almost like Prince was like overcorrecting.
I do think that Donovan Smith was looking just about as guilty, just about all game long, and so that point from Andy Reid post-game could still stand. And then Taylor comes back in later after the Prince injury, and that whole cycle continues. I think one of the difficult parts of this is that it really is a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They saw it in training camp, but was it emphasized? The coaches could be frustrated now, but the refs are a problem. Jawaan Taylor's been doing it this whole way, and it's never been an issue, but it is against the letter of the law, where it's not a simple solution with a simple answer, which Andy Heck helped emphasize today, as you mentioned, with everything with the angles and the alignment, how that adjusts everything. Think about how it would change whatever you're expecting your pass rusher to do. Your attack is different. If all of a sudden you're moving your hands more horizontally to reach out because you've got to get back behind him, as opposed to being able to have a deeper alignment and you get everybody squared up right in front of you again. I mean, you can see how a few inches of leverage there totally changes your job. And I could see that'd be really frustrating for Jawaan Taylor. I also understand why the coaches would be frustrated that it's taken this long.
And with one answer from Andy Heck, he sort of took a sledgehammer to how long it's taking Jawaan Taylor to adjust. When somebody asked, the difficulty of coaching somebody and he goes, it's not a difficult coaching point. Move up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was as direct as oh, don't worry, guys. We're freaking tired of it.
We've told him the thing to do.
We're with you.
Yeah.
He's been benched the past 2 games. Not because he's doing everything we ask and he's lined up where we would like him to line up, and he is correcting and taking heed to what the NFL is doing, and then they're throwing a flag on him when it wouldn't even be a legal formation in the truest, newest sense of the word.
Right.
No, it's not a difficult coaching point. Move up! Which is exactly what we've said for a couple of weeks now. It sucks because it clearly seems like the NFL is saying we're cracking down on this for the Chiefs' right tackle. Okay? We are going to throw 10 illegal formation flags since week 2. 10 of them since week 2. 3 of them are going to be called on offensive tackles being lined up illegally. All 3 of them will be on Jawaan Taylor. None, nary a flag thrown on an offensive tackle in an illegal formation. The other ones are covered up a receiver, whatever it might be, right? So we've talked about it. They may be picking on you, but move up so they can't pick on you. And hearing that from Andy Heck was as frustrated / direct / flamethrower to a player comment of, fix it, dude. It's not a difficult coaching point. Move up. I mean, yeah, he got taken out of the game twice for a reason. To clear his head. We were kind of taking guys out. He had
a cut in his mouth,
bleeding a little bit. He's kind of going through some of those things. Sort of filter everything out. Sort of sift through all of those things. Play the answers backwards. Move your mother ass up. Wow, that's weird to hear it say that when you play it backwards. That's crazy. And we put it to the movie of Wizard of Oz. It was just crazy and psychedelic. All it says is move up, move up, move up. It's weird.
I have some breaking news out of the Chiefs locker room for you.
Juwan Taylor moved up.
Some tough news, I think, for you personally.
Richie James.
Sucre Wolodowski has been cut from the team.
What?
Sucre Wolodowski, per Matt Derrick of ChiefsDigest.com, Sucre Wolodowski no longer has a locker at Arrowhead. But good news. The Chiefs have made a signing. Travis Ma'ato has signed with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Matt Derrick tweets, Sucre Wolodowski has lost his nameplate next to Travis Kelce's locker in favor of a Travis Ma'ato in a nod to the State Farm ad.
Yeah.
Naturally, the nameplate in the double-wide locker for Patrick Mahomes now reads, Patrick, Kelce, how much you can save by bundling home and auto.
They lost Sucre. My name is Sucrewolodowski. And I'm cool with it.
And here, actually, the Bengals just signed him to their practice squad. Interesting.
I knew it. They were trying to grab any and everything. And they're also hanging out at the American Girl doll place. That's also really weird. We'll take a time out. We'll come back. We'll talk about tushes and pushes next.
You're in the zone with Jason Anderson on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Hey, Kansas City, Stephen St. John here, live at Andy's Frozen Custard on Sports Radio 810 WHB. I'm at the brand new Andy's. It's the grand opening at 13981 West 135th Street in Olathe. I'm going to be here until 1 o'clock, but the party goes all day long at Andy's Frozen Custard. You can get $2 sundaes all day. That's right, $2 sundaes all day long. You can register to win free, and that's right, honk at me. You can register to win free Andy's Frozen Custard for a year out here at the grand opening. They also have a wheel that you can spin for prizes, so spin the wheel around and see what you can get. Also, Mac the Maverick is here. He's got to be very hot in that outfit, but that's fine. Come out here and see him. Give him some Andy's Frozen Custard so you can cool him. He needs it. But come out here and see me. I'm going to be here until 1 o'clock. Stephen St. John live at Andy's in Olathe on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk.
15-10-5, touchdown Kansas.
Leave the wheat right here every week as the Jayhawks continue to climb up the Big 12 ladder.
And the party's underway.
Join us this Saturday as the Jayhawks kick off Big 12 conference play against the Texas Longhorns. Our coverage begins at 1 on your home for Kansas Jayhawk football.
The Jayhawks play here on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Not many handicappers have been in the business for 30 years. Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports starts his 30th year, and he's amazingly won 28 of the last 29 years with his on-the-money football selections. As a token of appreciation to all the listeners and potential new clients, he's giving away a best bet free play. Go to ParamountSports.com, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, and fill out a free pick sign-up.
All right, we heard Andy Heck talk about the tush push and saying that other teams aren't convinced that the push is what makes it go. And he says he agrees. It's more about the interior 3 offensive linemen. He says that he believes the push is inconsequential. Andrew Beck, who's the fullback for the Houston Texans. Yeah, Beck and Heck. Andrew Beck and Andy Heck. But he's a fullback for the Houston Texans. And he was on the Pardon My Take podcast, and they asked him about the tush push. And this is from an NFL player and a quarterback that apparently ran it for the first time over the weekend in Jacksonville. And here's Andrew Beck talking about the tush push.
I mean, we did it in the game against Jacksonville. I come back and I pushed CJ. And
That's
it looks
strength.
great on paper until we opened up a hole and CJ almost got assassinated by the linebacker because you can't get to the second level to block. So I pushed him right into the linebacker. I don't know if it's the best. It looks great on paper until you run it. And even CJ was like, man, that sucked when he popped up.
Then they go on to talk about the Eagles should do it every single play because they're so awesome. Like, I don't care about that part of it. But CJ popped up and said, man, that sucked. Hey, you got a first down. Nice job. It was 3rd and 1. You had to have it. And he's like, I pushed him right into the linebacker who came and popped him because you can't get to the second level. And I'm with Andy Heck, and it's interesting, Josh, about the push. Is it inconsequential, or is it about the 3 interior offensive linemen for the Eagles that get low, get the rugby scrum, get the drive, and you also have a linebacker that plays quarterback in Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I was glad to hear Andy Heck talk about that, and Andy Beck as well, I guess, because
well, Andy Beck from the quarterback's perspective of, dude, that sucked.
Right. It's a part of this conversation that I just don't. I feel like a crazy person every time I watch one of the tush push sneaks because I feel like and I don't have the numbers, I haven't charted them all, but I feel like 2/3 of the time Jalen Hurts has a wall of humanity move in front of him, and then he either finds a little gap in it or just sort of marches through it and then converts, scores a touchdown depending on where they are in the field. It's incredibly successful, but it's not like it hits a brick wall and then a running back behind you is able to push that brick wall open. It's the offensive line doing that work. The tush push is there for a second boost if you do get stopped first.
And that's the part is like where you say chart it, like how many of those first downs were picked up just simply by the offensive line resetting the line of scrimmage, as opposed to, okay, Jalen Hurts was stopped. Now here comes the tight end and the running back that are pushing him, and now he picks up the first down. I love the question, the follow-up to Andy Heck about what about your interior offensive line? Are they capable of doing that? And he said, they have the capability, sure. Is it their strength? Probably not. And that's one of the reasons why they don't do it. This offensive line isn't built to be road graders. Sports
Join us
Leisure
on
next.
October 15th and 16th for the 9th annual Father-Son Golf Tournament. This Ryder Cup event will be played at Fred Arbana's Golf Course and Iron Horse Golf Course.
By the way, if you had $25 at Johnny's Tavern and you went there on Monday and had yourself an 18-inch New York-style pizza, you'd have got 41% off of that because the Chiefs scored 41 points. Mondays after a Chiefs game, dine-in only at the Johnny's Tavern locations, the percentage off of an 18-inch New York-style pizza is how many points the Chiefs score. I believe that will be in the 30% range this weekend. Ken Swanson had the Chiefs winning 21-10. I think the Chiefs are going to get set up with some short fields on Sunday. So even if the Jets defense is like, all right, it's really legit, it's limiting the Chiefs offense, well, they may be set up with a 3-and-out field goal. There's 3 points on the board based on the defense, not necessarily what the offense is looking. Well, this defense is really good that they're going up against. So the offense for the Chiefs, well, yeah, if every single time they've got to go 75 yards, it might be more difficult. But I don't think every drive will be 75 yards. I think they'll have some short fields on Sunday night. So I think it'll be in the 30 percentile range for your percentage off that pizza. And if you got $25, boy, that's even better.
I think it'll be 100% delicious. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Yeah, you can.
Which I wish I could do for my, score margin and over-under bets. I can't do that. I can guarantee deliciousness, though.
Nope. You can't guarantee that as in anything, really. There is no. I mean, I can, do, box and market guaranteed. I have extra time. But for your sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to try buying a quality product.
Is that why you had flies?
Yes. No more, though. They are gone. Flash. 913-381-1080.
Really happy for you and your whole family.
Believe me, I'm happy for me.
Seemed like a horror movie.
There's so much PTSD from that every time I walk around. If a hair moves on my body.
Hold it back. Jeff Goldblum had a movie from years back that I would really, I think you ought to check in on.
Nope, no, thank you. Will not be doing that. One of the final scenes in that is, never ever going to get back together with that particular song. It's just not, movie. It's not going to happen. Sometimes you have those little bubbles in your eye when you look, and sort of they follow you at different places.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be doing that. I'm like, is that a fly? Where's the fly? Oh, no, it's just some excess protein or whatever. I'm getting old, so there's probably more of those.
Walking around with the electric tennis racket 24/7, you see a little movement. Everett, I am. You need to move less like a fly.
You know what? Maybe don't sneak up on me next time. Maybe announce yourself. Announce your presence.
Kid, move like a butterfly, not a regular fly.
That hurt. Yeah, it stings like a bee.
It sure does. It's pretty good.
Announce yourself. Don't sneak up on me. 913-381-1080.
I might do a fly category next week.
You probably
should have done that.
Yeah, you should have. All right, here are the categories today. We've got we still have some Chiefs openers ones if somebody wants to get into that. I may retire that category this week. Plus, MLB playoffs will be coming up with a category next week. We do have questions left from the previous teams the Chiefs have played in players that they've gone up against. So we still have just a guy who also played for the Chiefs and Barely Regal. Just a guy who also played for the Chiefs, Jags players, that played for the Chiefs, and Bears players and Chiefs players of the Barely Regal. We have a category called Tailor Made.
Fantastic.
These are NFL players with the name Taylor in some way, shape, or form. And we have a Chiefs NFL category, just general Chiefs NFL category. What about on the leisure side, Josh?
We got a couple of long-standing leisure categories. Still a few left in the What Could IMDb TV category. We got the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have the return today of the commonly misspelled word spelling bee, but I'm going to give a fair warning. I have continued. I keep recalibrating. People calling in are too smart, too good a speller, so we're going to continue to click that up a difficulty level. Then I think we've only had one person choose a Get Swifty question, but maybe now, maybe you're a little more educated on Taylor Swift because of the last couple of weeks. Maybe you feel confident that you can answer a Taylor Swift question, so we have that for you. And my matchup-dependent category this week, they're playing the New York Jets.
Yeah, they are.
But it won't be in New York because they actually play on the other side of the state line.
What?
So this category is entitled New Jersey, New Jersey. And so it'll be New Jersey.
What's that reference to?
New Jersey trivia from the city that never sleeps. The city that sleeps between the hours of 4 and 6 a.m.
Instead of New York.
Instead of New York, New York. It's New Jersey, New Jersey.
It's up to you, New Jersey, New Jersey.
It's really tough. It's a hard one to make it work for the little
That's right.
I wanna be away from it. New Jersey, New Jersey.
I like how Pacheco was asked about, you grew up in, were you Giants fans? No, Eagles fans, because we're closer to that. The whole thing. All right.
It's New Jersey-based trivia.
That's fine. I'm ready to play. Josh, you good to go?
I'm good to go. Drake, you good to go?
Oh, boy.
All right, let's lead off with Landon leading us off here on Sports Radio 810. Landon, sports or leisure, what side do you want to start with?
Hey, guys, I'll do sports, and I'll do the Chiefs openers, please.
Chiefs openers, okay. The same player holds the Chiefs' rushing record for rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in a season opener. Not necessarily in the same game, but the same player in a season opener, not necessarily home opener, but the first game of the season for the Chiefs holds the record for the most rushing yards in that game and also holds the record for most rushing touchdowns in a season opening game. Same player, different years.
Okay. Let's see, trying to think here.
One of them actually happened in a game that we referenced last week with Kendall Gammon. It's craziness.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
The most rushing yards and touchdowns?
Yeah, the same player, the most rushing yards in a game to open the season for the Chiefs, and the most touchdowns, rushing touchdowns in a game to open the season for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jamal Charles. Or wait, hold on.
But you haven't taken your hand off the checkers piece. You can still slide it back. But
Okay, I'm going to go Kareem Hunt.
no, it wasn't Kareem Hunt.
Checker got jumped either way, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, neither one of those. But Landon, you did help somebody out because you gave them really two answers.
Hey, look, it could still technically it could be Jamal Charles. Technically,
no, it's not.
He didn't get buzzed for it.
No, it's not Jamal Charles.
It's not Jamal
Charles. Landon, thank you for playing, man. I appreciate it, brother. 913-381-0810. We head to Andrew next up on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Andrew, sports or leisure, what side do you want to start with?
Let's try Marvel.
Ooh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What's the name of Thanos' home planet?
Titan.
That's absolutely correct. Not Tennessee, no Mike Vrabel, but Thanos from the planet Titan.
Well, Derrick Henry sometimes runs like Thanos.
Absolutely. He can snap his fingers and make half of a defense turn to dust.
Yeah.
What about the sports side?
Yeah, what about it? What category, Andrew?
Let's try that Taylor.
All right, Taylor, for you. Thanks to the trainer, this player couldn't breathe life into the team. But because of that situation, he was Wally pipped by the backup quarterback who has started every game since.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, that's correct.
We were looking for Tyrod Taylor.
We were looking
actually.
for Tyrod Taylor. That is correct. Well done, Andrew. We'll put you on hold to get your information. Congratulations. That seemed like a couple of layups for him. I apologize, Andrew.
Yeah, sorry.
Fine.
Yeah.
Could get you challenged.
Next time, man. Next time. He's been working on his Mikan series, obviously, with his easy layups with both hands. Let's go to George is next up on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Sports or leisure, George, what side do you want to start with?
IMDb.
IMDb TV. This is the satiric adventures of a working class family in the misfit city of Springfield.
Simpsons.
Wow, yeah, no hesitation.
Nice
I had to
job.
think about that one for a little bit. So I guess layups are the theme so far early today.
That's
Sports
right.
side, Jason, get him.
More of a finger roll. Didn't even need the backboard for that one. On to the sports side, George. We've got Chiefs openers. Just a guy who played for the Chiefs, barely Regal, tailor-made, and Chiefs NFL questions.
What was the Taylor one?
Tailor-made. These are NFL players that have Taylor in their name in some way, shape, or form.
Let's do that one.
Tailor-made for you. Okay. He's still active, but not actually playing. Maybe he's still trying to run from his situation.
He's still playing.
Current active player, not actually playing. Maybe he's still trying to run from his situation.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, it is Jonathan Taylor. Yes, that's right. We would have taken Jonathan Taylor Thomas as well, but either one of those. Yes, that is correct.
The rare category where a last name only, I don't think will do for some of these.
Is that Taylor?
Yeah, I think it was Taylor.
It is Taylor, correct. George,
That's a winner.
we will put you on hold and get your information. Congratulations. How about that? There you go. 913-381-0810 is the phone number. 913-381-0810. Let's go to Avery next up on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Avery, sports or leisure, what side do you want to start with?
Do you still got that Priest Holmes question out there?
Let's see.
Doesn't look like it.
Priest Holmes. Nope, that was answered earlier with the Jamal Charles and Kareem Hunt, which clearly was Priest Holmes. I mean, we know that what he meant. He meant Priest Holmes with Jamal Charles and Kareem Hunt. Yes, we do. Would you like that one, Avery?
Yeah, let me try that one.
Yeah. The same player holds the Chiefs' rushing record for yards and touchdowns in a season opener, 2 different games. Who is that player? I want to tell you, though, that Kareem Hunt and Jamal Charles were already guessed. So
Thomas Jones has not been guessed.
That's right.
Okay. I'm going to go Priest Holmes.
Yeah, that is correct. I had to look through and make sure that, yes, that is the correct answer.
I was hoping Drake was going to buzz him.
Yeah, he had 150 rushing yards versus Denver in 2004. And the game that we had mentioned last week with Kendall Gammon, he had 4 rushing touchdowns against Cleveland in that Dwayne Rudd game.
High-scoring game.
In 2002.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, so there you go. So on to leisure with one Josh Briscoe.
What category would you like?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, New Jersey. You're going to know that one. You're going to know that. Yeah, no, he's going to get those two. At the length of 1,908 miles, what's the longest north-south interstate highway in the U.S.? It was not fully completed until 2018 when a gap in New Jersey was filled. Now it fully connects Florida to Maine.
I-95.
He's so good at all the geography ones. I thought I'd give him a geography thing one. Maybe he won't get it. Maybe he won't get it, I thought. An idiot would think.
That makes no sense. Mahomes is so good at ad-libbing when the play breaks down. I was just trying to make him ad-lib when the play broke down because I didn't think he'd do that.
And I thought it would be a high degree of difficulty when I tried blitzing him and it didn't work. You know, I'm the Wink Martindale of sports or leisure.
Look, single high is not going to work.
No.
All right?
Well,
come up with something different.
It's hard for me to run cover 2 when one of them's just a free one that's just been sitting there. We got to make him go first. We got to make him lead off next time. No free questions for you next week. No free questions.
That's right. Avery, I know you want to kiss us because you're going to Johnny's Tavern. We'll put you on hold. Congratulations.
Or run for president. I wasn't sure which yeah that was.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking it was Joe Namath, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got Howard Dean.
Okay, well.
It both worked.
Well done. Avery, congratulations. Put you on hold, man.
I want to block you.
Yes. I don't care about the questions answering. I want to kiss you right now. Thanks, Joe. Yeah!
What
Ryan.
A weird thing to live in our brains forever.
Ryan, next up on Sports Radio 810. Ryan, sports or leisure? What side do you want to start with?
Let's go with the sports. Just a guy Bears.
Okay, so the Barely Regal one?
You got to say Barely Regal.
Yeah, Barely Regal one. Players who played for the Bears and the Chiefs. Here we go. He won the Doak Walker Award at Texas Tech in the 90s. Drafted in the 3rd round by the Steelers, the leading rusher for Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. He'd play for Baltimore and Chicago before playing 2 years in Kansas City. While he produced all right in 1998 and 1999, he was more productive in traffic off the field than on, or maybe more infamous than productive.
Bam Morris.
Yeah, that's right. It is Byron Bam Morris. Well done. Yes, I just want to include traffic anytime that I talk about Bam and Tamarick Vanover. It's so much better. He was good. Well, he was better on the field working within traffic. I'll say that than he was off the field because, although he wasn't very fast, so we got caught in both. On to the leisure side.
What category would you like?
Well, I think I'm the only one that answered the Taylor Swift before, so go with that again.
All right, Swifty here.
Okay. Which one of Taylor Swift's songs earned her the first, I presume, Guinness World Record for fastest selling digital single? If you've got a guess, I'd like to have it. If you feel like you need to limp up, I've got some multiple choice options.
I will take multiple choice on this.
Okay, the options here are You Belong With Me, Shake It Off, Mine, or We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together.
Those all sound
Okay,
like
same again.
You belong with me. Shake it off. Mine. We are never, ever getting back together.
Whee!
Let's go with Never Getting Back Together.
That's correct! That
All right,
earned
well.
her a Guinness World Record when it climbed the number 1 on the iTunes singles sales chart just 50 minutes after it was released. I wonder if that's been broken since by her.
Well, Ryan, you and Johnny's Tavern are getting together.
You sure are.
So whenever you feel like just hanging out and making that connection, you can do that.
You can keep it casual, just having some fun,
Totally,
Don't have
totally.
to put a label on it or anything.
It's serious. You can rent out the entire restaurant at Johnny's Tavern if you want to. Make sure everybody signs NDAs, and then somebody sells a photo that. Well, they're going to find out who that is. That person's never going to be at a Chiefs player party for the rest of their life. Also, if they signed an NDA, it might be giving that money back that they got from TMZ. Probably wasn't worth it because it's just, hey, look, she's touching him. Yeah, she has her arm like somewhat around him. Like, okay, cool. Now, Ryan, we'll put you on hold, and you don't need to hang out while we're talking about this.
I was trying to think of
Thank you, sir.
who do we think it was? Who's the most likely culprit here? You think it's Noah Gray or Blake Bell, or
Did you hear this morning? Like Garrett Dieter said, he was like, I don't know, Blake Bell or something.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm.
Just threw the name, and then Sherman was like, I don't know, I'm going James Winchester.
Ooh, that's good.
Jake from State Farm.
It was the Jake guy.
Jason, if there's anything that we have learned over the last couple of years, you can't trust a long snapper. You kidding me?
It was not a player. Zero chance it was an actual player. The question is, who was the person a guest of? That's what I would like to know. What person were they a guest of at the party? Because a Chiefs player or people that are closer to Travis aren't doing that. This is somebody that somewhat is in the circle of a certain of players and was invited there and went, and it was like, hey man, or girl, be cool. All right, no problem. Absolutely, just hanging out, and just walked by and sort of like maybe took some video while they were walking by, and then that was sort of the screenshot they wanted to take from the video to then sell to TMZ. That ain't somebody that typically runs in those circles.
No, I agree with that. I do wonder if there's any chance that it was actually like an NFL plant in there, because he's now the second Chief I've seen get called out for illegal formation.
Now, if it was a plant,
there's nothing illegal about it. I guess.
I liked where you went there.
It wasn't great,
but you said a plant in there.
I guess he also got called for holding.
She was more holding than he
I guess
was.
they both got called for holding.
Yeah, but he's used to it off the line of scrimmage.
That's
Hands
true.
all over him.
He was getting butched.
Butched, as Andy Reid would say.
Andy Reid getting butched at the line.
But look, Josh, you said there was an NFL plant in there. And if there's a plant that's moving around and maybe taking some video and things like that, his name ain't Seymour, right? That Travis Kelce. But if there was a plant in there, Drake, I mean...
Improv prompt here. So we're going Audrey 2 taking a picture of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at a private party, and action.
Come on, Seymour. Don't beat up butts.
I'm taking this picture of Travis Kelce touching Taylor Swift's butt. Whoa, weird.
Cut.
And cut.
Scene.
And scene.
All right, well done. You know what? We'll fix that in post.
Yeah, there's no fixing that.
We'll fix that in post. 913-381-810. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll continue playing some sports or leisure. We haven't played yet today, and I meant to play this earlier, so we'll do this on the other side of the break. There is a song out there from a fella named Will King. Have you seen this song?
I've not.
It is the Taylor Swift breakup song for Travis Kelce. He has written it. He's put the guitar to it. The lyrics are phenomenal. It sounds like a Taylor Swift song. It's great. I was going to play it earlier. We'll play it when we come back from break and continue playing some sports or leisure next.
Want to see more of The Zone? Watch the show live on the Sports Radio 810 WHB Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Hear exclusive Chiefs coverage every week from the best in the business. Only on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Trent Green, Adam Schefter, Tim Grunhard, Adam Teicher, Matt Derrick, Adam Kaplan, Chef Shadia, Nick Leckie, Gary Barnett, Bill Moss, Mark Bullricker, Stan Weber, Sam McDowell, Seth Kaiser, Blair Kirchhoff, Kevin Harlan, Field Yates, Jesse Newell, Cynthia Freeland, and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Sports Radio 810 WHB.
We are back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw down 5 on any of this week's epic matchups to walk away an instant winner. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Football's more fun when you're in on the action.
your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touch down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
Unbelievable. God, that's good.
Will King on TikTok has written the ultimate "What is the Taylor Swift already out there" breakup song with Travis Kelce.
I got chills at the end.
Really good. You put the end in tight end, and when I touch down in a different city, it feels the same. Oh, wish I could go back to when we met and throw a flag on the play.
That right
Great.
there. Oh my goodness, that sounded like a Taylor Swift song. Really,
It really did.
It's really excellent.
It really did.
I love a good song parody, and that's a great one.
Yes, and it's difficult to sort of sound a little bit like her while the song and rhythm sounds like her.
The phrasing is so good.
So,
the sort of, I don't want to take a shot at any Swifties here, but like the rhyme scheme is not not super advanced, but there's a specific sort of there's a genre that is just Taylor Swift. She has her own genre at this point. That you nailed it. Oh, that's great.
Very good.
Love that.
913-381-810. Let's go to the phone lines. Playing a little sports or leisure. $25 to Johnny's Tavern. We are giving away, if you get a sports and a leisure question right, we bring in Phil to the show. Phil, what side do you want to start with, the sports side or the leisure side?
That song was awesome,
Yes.
by the way.
So good.
Let's do sports, please.
Sports for you. We got some Chiefs openers. We got just a guy who played for the Chiefs, Barely Regal, tailor-made, and Chiefs-specific questions that are just sort of general.
How about the Barely Regal?
Barely Regal.
Please.
Let's see. He was never an All-Pro or Pro Bowl quarterback, but he is a Hall of Famer when it comes to the business of football. He was always wanted every offseason and rarely needed during the year, yet walked away with over $40 million in his career. Who is this player? Played for the Chiefs, played for the Bears. That ain't all he played for. Hall of Fame of business of the NFL. Seemed like every offseason he was wanted. And he was never needed in the regular season.
Can you give me a clue on the college you went to?
Well, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. No. That would be that would.
But because you asked, we just did. So yeah, good question.
That wouldn't be a layup. That would be me lifting my son up to the basket, who then just takes it and drops it in, like, "Hey, slam dunk!" Hey, my son dunked for the first time. That's awesome. Can't do that.
But he's a quarterback.
He is a quarterback. Wasn't an All-Pro. Wasn't a Pro Bowler. Wasn't anything like that. But widely known as one of the Hall of Famers of the business of the NFL and football, because he was wanted every offseason, never needed during the regular season, and made over $40 million in his career. Oh, type away.
It's a lot. I hear a lot of key typing.
A lot of
here.
key typing.
Yeah, hold on. Hands up.
A lot of type it.
Clap so we know you're not taking
clap,
anything.
Clap.
No.
Clap your hands.
I got
clap,
one hint
clap,
that I could
clap,
suggest
clap your hands.
if we feel like we're going to need that, but you shouldn't need it.
I know fans of his college got annoyed at the mispronunciation of his name constantly, or letters added.
Is it Nick Foles?
Is Nick Foles? Oh, no, it was Phil. It was not Nick Foles. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. 913-381-810. That question is out there and available. Let's go to, because Nick Foles was needed.
He sure was.
He got himself a Super Bowl. Let's go to Matt next up on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Matt, sports or leisure, what side do you want to start with?
I will take that Barely Regal one.
Yes, we've said it a couple times. So what is the answer there to that question?
Chase Daniel?
That's right. We would have also accepted Chance McDanielson.
Of course.
But Chase Daniel is the phonetically correct answer there. Well done.
I thought the hint could have been he played in the Big 12. And just see how that simmered for people. But, of course, you got there.
He played in the Big 12, but is also an SEC legend.
I would have liked to believe that you would have all gotten it by then.
When they did 2 years ago, when they did the SEC Network did every single college football team got a day leading into the season. It was Mizzou Day and it was SEC Legends and it was showing Chase Daniel games. It's SEC legend Chase Daniel.
Absolute legend. Speaking of legends, what do you want on the leisure side?
IMDb TV, please.
In a war-torn world of elemental magic, a young boy reawakens to undertake a dangerous mystic quest to fulfill his destiny and bring peace to the world. I can re-emphasize a few words in the middle that I think are the key here.
This is a TV show?
This is a TV program.
Oh, it's not a show.
It's a TV show. Yeah, sorry, I just said a different word for no reason.
Interesting.
In a war-torn world of elemental magic, a young boy reawakens. Do you know this one yet, Jason?
I don't, actually.
Talk me through it. Tell me how you're feeling right now. I've got a hint I could reveal if necessary.
Is it Family Matters?
It is, actually. Congratulations.
We were looking for Urkel.
Is it something like The Last Airbender, Avatar, something like that?
It's not something like that. It is that. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Very good pull.
Never heard of that.
It's an animated show that is enormous. There was an M. Night Shyamalan live-action movie that nobody liked, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the most successful animated shows of all time.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, I watched it because Renee liked it, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, very good. That's Chase Daniel and the...
An Avatar.
Airvatar.
You know, Chase
bender.
Daniel had a way of bending the air. You know, he's throwing the football. There's air in the football, air around the football, so... you can bend air all the way to Johnny's Tavern. They asked you not to bend air in Johnny's Tavern.
But I would say that, Matt, I appreciate the phone call, and thank you for playing. We'll put you on hold, get your information. Absolutely. I would say that there are plenty of people that would have loved to have chosen Chase Daniel as their NFL avatar.
I think so.
You walk away with your body feeling pretty damn good.
Yes.
And
100%.
your bank account stacked. We played 13 years in the NFL. Took a total of 80 snaps.
And all led him to the Border Patrol.
3 of the 5 games he played were at the end of the season when they just played him because they were playing all backups in the game. Just unbelievable. Good for him, man. Happy for him. Let's go to Cody's next.
5 career starts.
Well,
What a career.
And I think, legit, I think 3 of those were at the end of the season when the team had their playoff situation already taken care of.
Yeah.
Cody, sports or leisure? What side do you want to start with, bud?
Can I do the Marvel Cinematic Universe leisure?
You sure can. I think this might be... Some of these are real layups, and this one's the stupidest one I've been saving to perhaps close the category.
Okay.
Which eye does Nick Fury wear his eye patch on? 50-50, dude.
It's on his left.
It is on his left. You're absolutely correct.
Well, his third eye was blonde, right?
That's right. That's right.
I knew that.
Well, he wears underwear on his third eye.
Whoa.
We go to sports. We got Chiefs openers. We got just a guy who also played for the Chiefs. Speaking of, we got Barely Regal. We got TaylorMade and Chiefs questions that are just sort of general, nothing specific. What are you thinking there, Cody?
What do you TaylorMade?
TaylorMade. Okay, very good. 13 years in the NFL, he was anything but just a Jag, even more so when you consider the last 2 years of his career he played in New England. Over 10,000 yards and 70 touchdowns in his career. He overlapped with 7 different Hall of Fame running backs, but his case is much tougher, even if he continues to try to make it every offseason.
So you said it was a running back. He was on the Jags and the Patriots?
13 years in the NFL, anything but just a Jag, because he played his last 2 years with the Patriots. He overlapped
Fred
with...
Taylor?
Yes, it was Fred Taylor. Well done. Overlapped with 7 different Hall of Fame running backs. So there you go.
Awesome.
What are you questioning?
I have a crazy question.
What's that?
When did Fred Taylor play for the Chiefs?
That's not a Chiefs. And
Sorry,
that was
wasn't
tailor-made.
Thank God. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry everybody. My brain was so far in my own back pocket, thinking how do I not remember? Did Fred Taylor have a year with the Chiefs that I was in a coma for?
Oh no, this is a different Fred Taylor.
It's a different,
yeah, totally different Fred
sorry,
Taylor. There were two different Fred Taylors that played for the Jags, the Patriots, and the Chiefs.
Because he was a Jag, I immediately went to the Jags category, and I was
I
so
see what you're
flummoxed.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay,
yeah.
we're back, everybody.
That makes total sense.
We're back.
So does Cody going to Johnny. Is that's a
That's a winner.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Because I
That's right.
patched to Fred Taylor.
That's right. Right, and you were blinded by the
I was blinded by the
Jaguar
question.
part of it.
That's right.
Cody will put you on hold. Get your information. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. There you go.
I would know if they drafted him or something.
I was wondering why you were so. I'm like, it's Fred Taylor.
It's Fred Taylor. He played in the NFL for a long time, and the Jags and Patriots.
His name's Taylor.
Yeah, it was the Jags thing. I guess I missed him asking for the actual category. I heard the Jaguars. I was like, oh, right, I don't know. What running back did the Chiefs have that played for the Jags and then also the Patriots? You said Fred Taylor. What? Sorry? There's a whole category that's just, yeah, that makes sense.
Idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go to Sean next up on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Sean, sports or leisure, what side would you like to start with, sir?
Let's start with sports.
All right. What are you thinking for the category?
Let's go with the tailor-made.
Okay, very good.
They don't have to have played for the Chiefs, by the way,
no,
just so you know.
That is absolutely true. He was the third tackle selected in the 2014 NFL Draft, right before Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Donald were selected. This Michigan tackle ended up playing 10 years in his NFL career with one franchise. This is the first year he is not playing anymore. Retiring at the end of last season. Mainly because of injuries. Played at Michigan. Third tackle selected in 2000. Yep, third tackle selected in 2014. Right before Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Donald were taken.
Man, I have.
Taylor is in the name.
Man, I should have went with Fairly Regal.
Yeah. Taylor in the name.
Taylor in the name.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the answer to this, Josh?
I'm blanking.
Really?
And not, I should know this
Okay.
1,000%. I'm going to be annoyed by this
Yeah,
one.
you should know this.
I'm just totally blanking. I knew this draft pretty well, too.
Mm-hmm. Chiefs played him, especially the last few years. Regular season, playoffs. Went up against this guy as a tackle.
He was an offensive guy?
tackle. Yep. Injuries the last few years and ultimately calling it quits. Number 9 pick in the draft, I think. No, 11th overall because Odell Beckham Jr. went 12th. And then Aaron Donald went 13th in that draft. Yep.
Can you read the full question again, just for my own sake? Good, very good. Don't do it.
Third tackle selected in the 2014 draft right before Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Donald. This tackle out of Michigan played 10 years in his NFL career before calling it quits this last offseason based on injuries.
Why did I think this was about a Jaguar? Yes, I know the answer to this question. I'm a moron.
This is Taylor made again.
I'm having a horrible time. I knew this was a Taylor one.
Really tough. It's really tough, but I think it's Taylor Lewan.
It is Taylor Lewan, the tackle for the Tennessee Titans. Taylor Lewan.
I thought you said the Jags that time.
No, I definitely did not say.
No,
a
I'm
team,
sure you didn't.
Because had I said the Titans, I think that would have been a giveaway. Tackle by the Titans, played 10 years in the 14 draft. On to leisure, right?
Yeah, I think man. I don't know. I'm an unreliable narrator today.
Sure, let's go right ahead.
What category would you like from the leisure side?
Let's make this question just as tough as that one, okay?
I'll do my best.
You should. You should do it.
Which category would you like?
What are your categories?
We've got what could an IMDb TV, the commonly misspelled word spelling bee, Taylor Swift questions, and New Jersey trivia.
Okay, New Jersey. Let's do that.
Bad Medicine is a hit song from the 1988 album New Jersey by this band.
Also played for the Jaguars.
Didn't know Jags relation here as far as I'm aware.
Oh. Name Taylor?
Band.
Bad Medicine is a hit song from the 1988 album New Jersey by what band?
That's gotta be. Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi's correct. The hint that was ready for you was that apparently Lynn Dawson wasn't a huge fan.
Oh, that's right. God, what a great story.
Great story from Kendall Gammon last year.
Awesome. Sean, we'll put you on hold, get your information, sir. Congratulations. There you go. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll continue playing Sports or Leisure. A couple still on hold. If you're on hold, we will try to get to you. More Zone coming up next.
You're in the zone with Jason Anderson on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't need a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down when we've got Guaranteed Foods. Let me tell you, it is awesome. It has been great for our family. If you are wondering how to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to your routine at dinner time, we were certainly wanting to do that. And we wanted to stop going fast food when we just simply needed to get a quick meal. That was the easiest thing to do. Now we do that with Guaranteed Foods because the food is delivered to the house. We have a 180-day supply of food working with Guaranteed Foods with an entire menu, over 600 restaurant-quality gourmet products. All of the food is there in the Guaranteed Foods heavy-duty commercial food service center, 0 degrees. We open up the freezer. We've got all of this food to choose from, and it's quick and convenient because it's almost all of it individual portions. It's BioVac sealed. It's blast frozen. And all of the nutrients and everything that you need is kept inside, and we prepare it from frozen in 15, 20 minutes. We've picked out and finished what we are eating. It's been awesome. The convenience there, the time back, the healthy food options that we are eating now. It's been great, and top-notch customer service. That sets Guaranteed Foods apart. Our monthly investment is more than worth it, and we are saving money on our grocery and food bill now. It's been great. 913-888-5000 for Guaranteed Foods. You can go to GuaranteedFoods.com, see the difference they can make in your life for your family. Guaranteed Foods, 913-888-5000. Guaranteed Foods, official sponsor of Family Mealtime since 1958.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One. Primetime NFL action is coming up from...
Here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, 913-3810810. Well, Third Eye Blind, apparently. Found that out by Drake saying this is Third Eye Blind. So smart. By the way, Travis Kelce has responded to First Take and Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban on First Take said, sorry, Travis, but Taylor Swift should break up with Travis Kelce. There are many good-looking single Dallas Mavericks players that she should be dating. And Kelce replied, sign me to a 10-day. And I think it goes to show that someone who is all about business and is a shark, and Mark Cuban, wants Taylor Swift to date a Dallas Maverick. I wonder why. You think it's good for business for the franchises and organizations when now people across the country and world are buying your team's gear that wouldn't own any NFL stuff?
Now, Travis Kelce is getting about $12 million in yearly cash this year. That puts him on par with Grant Williams, Rashawn Holmes. It's less than Tim Hardaway Jr., way less than Luka and Kyrie, obviously.
God. Well, he can have $10,000 or $12 million and $25 to Johnny's Tavern. Paul, next up, sports or leisure. Paul, what side do you want to start with?
Hey guys, I'll do sports.
All right, what category are you thinking?
I'll do the General Chiefs NFL.
Okay, very good. Patrick Mahomes is now the fastest quarterback to reach 25,000 passing yards in just 83 games. Which quarterback did Patrick Mahomes pass for the fastest to 25,000 yards at 90 games?
They showed this on TV.
They did show it on TV. Still playing, still active.
Why can't I remember it?
Played very recently, too.
I think I remember.
Like more recent than Patrick Mahomes played. He did. Telling you, he did.
I believe you.
Yeah, he did. Much more recent than Patrick. I may have placed money on the money line for this team's, for this quarterback's team to win. They didn't, though. Unfortunately, took a little puka out of my wallet that night. That's what it did. I was hoping they would just ram it down the throat of that team. But they did not. Nope. They got chased right out of town. Like Mickey and Donald
I'm
Duck.
done.
So he played after Mahomes on Sunday.
He did play after Mahomes on Sunday. That's right. Okay. Well, he played after
Come
Mahomes.
on.
He didn't play on Sunday, but he has played since Mahomes played. Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, this game is fun, and sometimes it's pain.
Yeah. I mean, he was just taking shots because there was no cup to drink from.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
Hey, it's Matthew Stafford. That's right, on the Leisure with Josh.
What category do you want?
Do you have MCU still?
Yeah, I'll give you one more MCU one here. We're gonna.
What is
close
the
it out
patch
here.
he didn't wear?
What? What I did.
Wear the patch?
I think you're gonna know this, but I just
Okay.
it's what I got on the board here. In Loki, what does TVA stand for?
The Time Variance Authority.
Bang! No hesitation there. No staff needed.
The entire staff sometimes. Paul, well done. We'll put you on hold. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you,
nice
guys.
job. All right, Drake, do we have time for one more? Or are we, he said, that doesn't seem like it. I apologize if we did not get to you.
I think we've closed all of the ones that we had. I think there was a Taylor Swift one someone didn't get earlier. I don't even.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody didn't
I
get a
go
Taylor
figure out
Swift
which
one?
one that was.
What the heck? It wasn't it a song or something?
Yeah,
it was
I'm trying to
you gave it
figure out.
a multiple choice. It was the
I did.
downloads or song with the downloads. Oh
Well,
no,
they got Never Ever Getting Back Together. We did get
ever getting back
Yeah,
together.
I think we got winners across the board here on
We
my
swifted
side.
it out,
It was
yeah.
answered them all. Did we get everything on sports?
Swiftly moved through all of those things too. Yep, everything that was asked and put out there was answered.
There's so many Taylor Swift trivia questions on the internet, guys.
Are there?
Believe it or not. Also, I'm seeing here Fred Taylor never played for the Chiefs. That's weird. You should check your notes.
What? Oh my goodness.
Sorry to throw a wrench in it here at the end, but
wow. Huh. Okay. Guess that's just going to leave a blank space in my questions. There you go.
I learned that she won a songwriting award for that song, which might be useful for someone listening in a week. We'll see.
She does write her music, though.
She does?
Yeah.
She does?
I mean, it's one of the things that Braden Gall on Tuesday, while not being a fan of hers, appreciated that she writes her music. So there you go. You know who writes his own show? Soren. Next.
Another summer ending.